Well, we're just talking about the summer's just around the corner, and it's a busy time of the year for folks, with people going on vacation, getting summer jobs, or playing sports. There isn't always time to give blood.
Yeah, that's right. Joining us now live is Steve Thomas, the Southern Maine Executive Director of American Red Cross, who tells us why donating blood in May is so important. Thanks so much for coming on.
No, it's my pleasure. Thanks for having me again.
Why is it so important to give blood in this month?
Yeah, so summer, as you mentioned, things get busy for people in the summer. There's graduation, there's parties, there's holidays, there's travel. Some people actually leave Maine in the summer, which is crazy to me. But anyway, all of this travel, all these disruptions kind of break our routine. So even if you're a regular blood donor, it might be that the blood drive at your business is during a week when you're on vacation, and so you just skip that time, right? But if you skip and 100 other people skip and 10,000 other people skip across the country, it does tend to threaten the whole supply. We see this dip in the summertime largely because of people's summer plans. Things get busy. Another reason that things slow down is that our schools stop collecting blood. So here in Maine, we have great relationships, high schools, colleges. They collect tons of blood for us, do blood drives from September to May, right? And then once they start graduating, they take the break for the summer. Our patients aren't so lucky. People who need blood transfusions, they need them in the summer too. And so that's another reason why things slow down, is we stop collecting it at schools. And the last reason is natural disasters start happening, right? Not that we haven't seen them, of course, but in the summer, we get the floods, the tornadoes, the hurricanes, the wildfires. We get all of these things happening across the United States. And in those communities, we're no longer able to collect blood, because obviously the Red Cross is doing other things in those communities, but the communities themselves are trying to recover and heal from whatever just happened to them. Blood collection is not the first thing on their minds. So we do tend to see shortages in the summer. The more we can bolster the blood supply now, the less likely we are to get an emergency shortage in the summer.
I did a story about Checking Little, the sky is falling, right? And it seems like you guys, we'll be talking about, it's big to donate blood in May. And all of a sudden somebody will go, oh, wait a minute, they were just telling me it's important to do it in April. How do you keep that mentality that, look, we need to do it all the time? It's,
right.
You know, there's a shortage all the time.
Right. Well, we're careful about when we use the word shortage. That time, so there are times when the blood supply is more stable than others. However, the need for blood is constant. That's what we always say. Every 2 seconds, somebody in the United States needs a blood transfusion. So that means the time it took me to say that sentence, somebody received a blood product, and the only way we get it is from volunteer donors. People like you or me who roll up our sleeves and give the gift of life to someone in need. For all the medical advances we have in this great world of ours, the one thing we can't do yet is manufacture artificial blood. It has to come from you, it has to come from me, it has to come from someone watching at home. And so that's really the reason we talk about it so often, is because there's no other way to get it, and when someone needs it, there's no substitute.
And some people might not donate blood because they're a little bit nervous. Not everyone likes needles. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people who want to donate blood but are just a little bit nervous or apprehensive to do so?
Absolutely. It does take courage, right? This is something that anytime we do something new, it can be a little scary, and this is a medical procedure that you are opting into. But the most important thing to do is to remember why you're doing it, that you are saving a life. And you can think about how good it feels to do something small for a stranger, like opening a door for them or reaching a grocery on the top shelf. You're going to give someone the gift of life by doing this. One other thing that we recommend is, if you have people in your life who are blood donors, go with them, right? Have them invite you. If you are a blood donor, invite someone you know and love to come with you and help to ease some of those jitters. The last piece I'll say is that we have Red Cross volunteers, community members who volunteer at blood drives, and one of their primary functions is to help donors who come in the door with that exact attitude. They're a little nervous, they're a little scared, maybe it's a new place for them, they don't know what's going to happen next, and our volunteers are so caring and so kind-hearted. They just open up their arms, wrap it around you, explain what's going to happen, take away that fear of the unknown.
Yeah, a lot of people, some people I don't even know what kind of blood they have.
Yeah.
And talk about how important it is to find that out, and what is the most popular kind of blood that you need type?
Yeah, so all blood types are needed, clarify that. But we do tell you when you donate blood, we'll give you a report on your blood. Part of the blood donation process is a mini health screening up front, just to make sure you're feeling well and that you're safe. We check blood levels, things like iron, and just give you that free analysis at the beginning of your appointment. Then we'll tell you your blood type after we collect, and we'll go and test your blood. You can actually follow it in our blood donor app, which is very cool. Watch your blood get transported and processed and go to a local hospital, find out where it goes. So that's really fascinating. But yeah, you can learn a lot about your own kind of health and your blood type and all of those things. We're very proud to tell people about those things, and it's part of the blood donation process.
Where can people donate blood right here in Maine, and are there any blood drives coming up?
Yeah, so we run about 6 or 7 blood drives every single day across the state of Maine. So there's chances are good that there are blood drives coming up near you. If you go to redcrossblood.org, you can punch in your zip code and it'll show you all of the upcoming blood drives within a 30-mile radius of where you live. There are a couple of fixed sites, places where we collect blood 7 days a week across the state as well. We have one here in Portland, we have another one in Auburn, and we have one up in Bangor that's not 7 days a week, but it is a regular facility that if you want to get in a routine, you want to build a habit, you can sign up for the fixed site locations and just go every 8 weeks. That is how often you can donate blood, is every 56 days.
And it's healthy for you to give blood.
Yeah, absolutely. When you donate blood, we all have about 10 pints of blood in us. We take one for a blood donation, and that jumps your body into high gear to manufacture new red blood cells and replace what has been lost. And so it's a nice way of kind of keeping your insides fresh and keeping your body on edge to make sure that it's producing the right amount of blood cells, that's creating enough. It's a healtly thing to do. It's a good thing to do.
And are there any requirements for people to donate blood? Certain age, maybe certain weight?
Yeah, what a great question.
Yeah.
So it actually addresses one of the myths in blood collection as well. So in the state of Maine, you can be 16 with parental consent. That's the lower age limit. But I sometimes hear people say, oh, I'm too old to give blood, right? I'm over 80, I'm over 85. There is no upper age limit. So if you are healthy and well and you're feeling well, then your chances are good that you're able to donate blood. There are a few limitations in terms of medications, perhaps some international travel, but that's one of the myths as well, is that once I've gone to a different place in Europe, right, I'm never eligible to give again. Those rules are always being updated by the FDA, and so it's important to check in and see if, maybe you've been deferred in the past, but maybe the rules have changed. And if you go to redcrossblood.org, we have a phone number for an eligibility specialist you can find there. You can call and talk to them about your specific medications, your travel, your own health, and they'll tell you whether or not it's worth making an appointment.
Plus, after you give, you get great snacks too.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
right.
yes.
A little juice,
Thanks for
a
coming
little
on.
Oreo.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
All right.
Oreos, yeah.
We'll be right back with much more right here on ARC Maine.